These four surfers are what the judges are working out for their comparisons. Just with these four that we have right now. Winner goes straight to finals day tomorrow. That would be quarterfinals for the men. Just kicking things off for us here at the Surf Ranch Pro, presented by 805 Beer. The 51-year-old, called the GOAT for good reason, the greatest of all time, getting some space on the ride. Opening turn in the morning. Nice wrap to start, more off the lip to get this one going. Kelly rips into the open face, looking solid to start, pulls in with some room to move in the tube. Staying wide open, using that back arm to stall and control that speed. Kelly into that morning sunrise will lay down that rail again. Clean snap for Kelly, snaps it again. Pace looks great first thing in the morning. Throws down a cool looking gouge to set up the pit on the inside section. Kelly comes out, here comes the finish. Layback, stays on his feet. Throws down the 3 to kick out. Great way to kick off the event this morning.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just watching that wave start to finish. Kelly finding his feet. Really enjoyed that last section. The combo from the rail turn into that barrel and then the quick transition on the rail again. Nice ride from Kelly to open up the morning. Beautiful ton of spray. Gets that first barrel section. Does he disappear? That's where he gets a little bit deep on that ride. So that's going to come into play in the judge's mind, just how deep he gets. Watch as he uses that arm to kind of alleviate some of the speed, burn off that speed, and stay deep and crouch low. That's where he disappears. He kind of floats on that foam ball for a second. Really wants to maximize his time under the lip. But cool read on this wave, and you can tell early this morning, Pete touched on it in the Dawn Patrol, there's a little bit of puff of wind that we're seeing ruffling up the face, but so clean offshore. That definitely was my favorite part of
His father, G-Force, here on hand in Lemoore, watching his son compete. His opening ride on the back end, J.Smith. Set up turn. Nice snap, getting that flow going and some speed as well. Great connection, ditching the fins for Jordy. Nice clean surfing. Remember, you have 2 runs, 2 lefts, 2 rights. So you're trying to get your best keeper here. He's got a nice, just methodical approach first thing in the morning. Now setting up for this inside section. Got a little bit caught up, and Jordy's down.
Well, watching Jordy on this wave, there was absolutely nothing frantic about it. So much flow, so much connection through these opening turns. Love seeing him drift that tail. Love the way that he's keeping his center of gravity well aligned over that stringer of the surfboard. This is kind of where it all just kind of, the wheels come off over here, Joe, and you can tell he's just that little bit behind. The nose pokes, that his center of gravity doesn't follow through and push him through that barrel section. So everything before that was amazing. It's just such a pity that he missed such a crucial part of the wave.
L.Fioravanti's had plenty of time to work this one out. I think from all reports, Rosie, he's maybe been one of the biggest standouts from the practice runs the last 2 days.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, having that confidence coming into your first swing at it here. Let's see what Leo's able to lay down.
The Italian number 10 in the world snaps the first section. Nice power and control. Looks really energized like he always does. Fourth move, hammers it. Subtle differences in variety. He opts to pull in. Runner-up in the Pipe Pro to kick off the season. Loves barrel riding. A longer tube than I expected. How was that exit? Strider, what are you seeing here?
Wow, that was a down low road exit coming out, but now the inside's really lining up. It looks like he's firing up. You know, the surfing, the legs would be burning, but look at him go through the lip, airdrops under the hood. What a combination right there to get under the hood. Let's see what he can finish with. Big 3, and he pulls it. Beautiful work by Leo right there. That was incredible to have the stamina off the end of that wave.
Well done. Great read there was. Good morning, my friend. L.Fioravanti fired up. Way to kick things off. Definitely giving us the most energy.
Variety off the front too. Like you said, Joe, it was just so spectacular to see him change up the moves. Like Strider mentioned, just that quick transition from that turn into the barrel, getting deep, but especially love the surprise package that he showed us on this end section when he exits this tube. So deep, so in control. Watch this, just lays that arm down. Just such a cool read on this wave from Leo. He was extremely happy with it. He said that he was enjoying the practice and the warm-up sessions, but it's so different when you do this in competition. So to see Leo keeping that composure, especially for this last aerial maneuver on that end section, just a beautiful flow. Wow, that was really well controlled and maintained to keep his board underneath him there.
To be able to have that much energy. And now setting up the left-hander here, going to a quad. K.Slater on his second wave of the morning. He'll stretch this one out and then fade it. Nice clean wrapping cutback. Got a lot of freeness under his feet going with that quad. Effortless flow from Slates. Great timing on the backhand snap. Here comes a climb section. Climbs it again to get to some clear water. Nice control with that power hack, throws it vertically again. Feeling the lip, he'll now time the inside pit. Kelly is able to come out. Does he have one more for us? There's the blow tail and does reverse it around.
To see what the score comes in at. And there were moments on this wave where, you know, going for a cutback, a roundhouse on the left is extremely risky. You get caught behind on the left and it's all over. But Kelly obviously pacing this wave really well, going to that quad fin, 5-9. A lot of squirt off the tail. You can tell there's a lot of spray and a lot of control that he's finding in that board. Gets this little barrel section, disappears there for a moment. And it wasn't easy for Kelly, I think, transitioning into this barrel. It was all quick, and then I like the fact that he's able to throw that reverse in over here just to end off this ride. It's a little, you know, a little slow in the transition, but still pretty cool to end off that ride so strong. Like I said, a good foundation for his second ride. You know, I love his demeanor waiting for this wave. You can tell that he's done a lot of breath work, getting ready, getting his body just conditioned for this. Let's have a look at it, Joe.
J.Robinson getting things started. Nice aggressive little torquing turns at the start. Fits one in before the pit. Great timing on that transition. One of the best barrel riders on the planet. Doesn't matter if it's pipeline, a big slab, or a running right like this. Gets the exit, now back to maneuvers. Jack kicking off in the yellow jersey this season after winning pipe. Now puts himself on that inside cave. Nice control for Robinson and chips it with a nice snap and a little two-turn combination. He opts for his finishing move on his opening ride of the morning.
My initial thought, he looks healthy, Joe. Like that, taking that time off, really looking after that knee is paying off. You know, the high mark that on the right, Leo set that with the 717. He's opening maneuvers, like the bit of a flourish that he gets, and then just that cool little transition there. You watch him shift that weight forward, burn off that speed, and get super deep. Probably the lengthiest mid-barrel that we've seen this morning. Squats down low, kind of comes out that doggy door, exit out the bottom. Couple turns linking through here. Just trying to stay out ahead of it. So important at the surf ranch to stay in the cup of the wave, but still be able to maintain your getting that rail outside. So it's pretty for this one. Double hand grab there to control that speed. That front arm is always there, just ready to burn off any extra speed that he wants to get a little deeper on. Doesn't do anything super dynamic on this last little exchange. Obviously throwing the tail there, but doesn't really go to the air. But two turns on that end section is pretty neat.
He's just waiting for it to come through. He's sitting at pole number 70. They've all picked a different pole to sit on to take off on these waves. He was 22 on the other end. He's number 70 on this side, and he's just getting started. Nice setup, quick whip, a lot of intent. Back to that lip line. Let's see what he's got now, though. He's going to show a little push, a little harder, a little more fin out the back. Building the pace right there. Buckets out the back. There was more spray out the back on that one turn that I saw all day. This little foam climb, this is where things get the rhythm, have to be perfect so he can set up for that inside. Wow, beautiful release of the tail right there. Another straight up vertical. Nice variation in a few of those turns, and right here, this is where the money goes down. Here we go, Joe.
Backside two, Fioravanti gets the exit. Can he fit in one more? Hammers it. Maybe even a bonus second turn and a third. This guy's got so much energy. We're seeing the best out of Fioravanti this morning. The best so far out of this first qualifying round heat is definitely in favor of the Italian. You get a great view from the Cup Noodle ski cam, Rosie.
Yeah, loved his pace through this. I think Strider said it. That rhythm has to be so perfect. Obviously, these opening kind of maneuvers, you get to play a little bit more with the face. But when it starts to crumble and kind of set out in front of you, you have to kind of hit those two turns, hit those foam sections so that you can line yourself up perfectly for the barrel section. And there was a lot of spray, the release of the tail, all of those little intricate details on the backhand are taken note of by the judges. They're really going to have to be critical on these waves because you're going to see a lot of repetitious surfing. So as soon as you do something that's creative and really spicy, the judges are going to reward you. Like you said, Joe, two turns and that quick transition even goes for that third.
Standing on the side of his board, he'll just jump right on top of it and roll in. Super casual from Jordy. Set up turn. You'll see this wave grow a little bit down the line. Love that angle of that layback into the barrel. This is a tight tube section, but the man could get low. Back out in front, using a lot of the open face. Little downtime to set up that snap, but time to lip well. And another great read there, hammers it. Loving the layback approach so far, and now he pulls into this inside cave. He's out, here comes the alley-oop. He's able to spin that one around quickly into a roundhouse to combo it up. Well done, J.Smith.
Don't forget the foam climb on the end there.
Gosh, he was still going, still ready. Yeah, eye of
Yes.
that tiger.
Jordy on this opening section, really beautiful combination of maneuvers, especially this third right here. Really hoofs it, a lot of spray, gets an opportunity to crouch down low in this barrel section. Yeah, it's so fun to watch just the body mechanics of Jordy, fitting that bigger frame. Like, how does he shift his back foot there just to get even smaller in that barrel? You know, he's, what, 6'3"?
That's right.
Yeah, that's a lot of human to fit in a small barrel. And then that alley-oop option over there. So clean, Joe. Really enjoyed that.
J.Robinson already has a 617. He got that on his opening right. Let's see what he's going to do on the left now. Robinson is able to win going right or left. Remember what he did in G-Land last year. Full pace already to start. Multiple majors off the lip. Wave growing in size in front of him. Pushing a bit harder right in the pocket with that tail drift. A lot of spray off that rail of the Sharp Eye surfboard. Set up for the inside corner on the pit. Love that style. What has he got for us on the finish? There's a nice little quick vertical hack. And Jack's done well in his first run. Managing the pace well of the wave. Never looks rushed or forcing any maneuvers from start to finish. What'd you see on this one, Rosie?
Yeah, so a word that comes to mind is attack. I think for Jack, it wasn't, we talk about the flow, but he really attacked these sections. He came kind of from behind and didn't stay as lateral as sometimes we see the surfers on their backhand. He got a little bit more vertical, stayed, you know, that 12 direction of the surfboard, gets this little barrel, complete ride, even stabs it on this last section. Obviously, you know, Leo really went to town on that last section, but I think for Jack, it was just a neat package of a wave.
J.Robinson nice and barreled, and that's where he had to react quickly. Vertical with the tail throw. So I love when we slow that down from Jack. You can see all that he's doing on those backside snaps. Little variety there. He's now sitting in third. Needs an 8.84 to take the win here. Remember, second and third will be in the night session tonight. Fourth is eliminated. Getting started is Kelly. A lot of activity up the top. There's the carb strider.
Loved it, right into the tube. Uncle Kelly under the hood. He's really deep in the barrel. I mean, beautiful stall, back into it. You can see him just toying with it, arm in the wall. He's absolutely unbelievable when it comes to this tube. He's going to come out, shake it off, and go to work. He said he wanted to bring some spice to this wave, and there it was, up into the lip, buckets out the back, to see if he can lay into another beautiful carb. Wow, that was amazing. Can he get under it? That was incredible. The late show into the tube to come out and to the alley-oop. Can he pull it? Oh, he goes down on the inside, catches the rail. What a show right there. K.Slater looking like he was on fire all the way to the end.
That was amazing. That transition, it made the pit, did fall in the alley-oop, but that was one of the craziest combinations of moves we've seen this morning.
I was about to say, Joe, I mean, just my favorite combo of the morning. So incredibly deep on the section. He knows this barrel so well. Strider touched on it. You know, shaking it off, like you just making that quick adjustment. This maneuver, just so cool to see him really lay it all down. But it was all about this move right here. Lays into it, lays that rail. He knows he's going to have to get really quick in this transition to pull under the hood. Goes late for it. I mean, it's audible. We've got a crowd here, and you could just hear their reaction as they're watching Kelly. He's so theatrical when he's surfing, and he just highlights those moments that really give you that wow factor, and that was one of them. Obviously, a little bit disappointed he wasn't able to pull this alley-oop. He was so close. Let's have a look with the slow-mo what kind of went wrong. That wind kind of shifts under his feet. He gets that board up and over it. He almost kind of overextends right there, gets hung up in that lip, and that nose pokes, and he's not able to maintain that forward momentum.
J.Smith into the 5, so he's the surfer that's got to get some improvement here. He's in that 4th spot, which is an elimination spot. So he needs to get a keeper here. First turn, solid down the line. Crushes the lip. Well done there for Smith. Hammers it. Great start for Jordy. The South African powerhouse goes to some climbs now, using that whitewater well. Can he open up? Does he have to go to the rodeo this early in the event? Looking crispy on that one. Classic backhand surfing from Jordy. Here comes the pit. He's going to slow down. Quick vision there. Does he have enough momentum to go above the lip? He's going to have to lay that rail down. Clean roundhouse cutback. Solid effort for Jordy. Looking to ditch a 5.33. And he really needs that to happen to make sure he's out of that 4th spot. Kind of giving us a little lesson of what the judges are rewarding today, Rosie. Commitment like that, even without the finish, could get the job done.
That's right. I think surfers are going to be paying attention to these numbers as they drop in and really analyzing what the judges are looking for. Leo back to where he started on his opening ride. Beautiful combination of maneuvers on that first section, Joe.
Love his energy. Love how aggressive he is with his start. And I love how patient he'll be in this tube. You can see how some of these sections can actually get pretty small. So reacting on his natural surfing instincts and just belting these carbs. Gosh, he looks loose. Total control. How is that fin blow? Leo's heating up. Unbelievable connection on the inside. Now it's time to get pitted. Comes out nice and clean. There's the throw tail reverse. L.Fioravanti is so connected. His practice runs were sensational, and this man is fired up. Rosie, what'd you see?
You know what it was for me is just the power, the impact that he's putting on every move. There's an emphasis on it. It's not just trying to get to that next section and making sure that he doesn't mess up and get caught behind. Every move, there's a lot of emphasis, and he's laying that rail so beautifully, so much power. Love this whip. Everyone's staying so connected with their equipment, staying low center of gravity gives them that opportunity to get ready for that next turn. beautiful combination, a lot of variety. You know, this barrel isn't particularly deep, I think, because he was really eyeing off this next section. He wanted to stay critical in order to get enough speed to do the air reverse. That front foot loses connection completely. He stays low, quick swivel through that one.
Let's watch him as he paddles into this one. We got a nice, beautiful setup. Deep bottom turns into the lip. Here we go. Looks like a couple of setup turns to start it out, and then now he's going to go to work. Get up into that lip, get that lip line float. Big slam off the top, buckets out the back, vertical into the lip right there. This is where he's going to heat up. Another one into the lip, going to the tail out. Another floater after that. So variation, looking good. Trying to clean it up. Joe, this thing on the inside, tell me what it looks like.
It looks insane, Waz. This man is on fire. So many great decisions. Late one there, super risky, but puts him deep in the tube. Kelly comes out. There comes a finishing move. Down carve. Rebounds the end section. What a stellar performance this morning from the greatest of all time. Finishing his 2 runs here in the qualifying rounds. And he's able to open things up for us with the first wave of the morning.
In my mind, he's bettered that score. Beautiful flow. Like Strada mentioned, that deep bottom turn. It's so extremely tricky to do because you're really setting that rail line and you're relying all on that rail and that power. But beautiful flow through this wave. And that little section right there, there was that moment where we're like, oh, but that's the wow factor from Kelly, is where he's able to control and maintain. He knows this wave so well. He disappears there. Even the control he showed on that last maneuver was really cool. We saw the reverse on the previous wave, but this power jam, just a beautiful effort as he extends that front leg and really powers off the back foot. Does it better, the 5.5 Joe.
Jack getting things started. Hurt himself against Xavier Huxtable, the wild card of Bells. Wearing yellow at the time. It's got traded to Joao Chianca, so Jack's trying to get it back. Arc's looking smooth. Nice and comfy. He'll pull in, the man from West Oz. Just a short tube grind on this one. Carve, how's the transition? Back to the lip, looking aggressive as well. Love it. Rapid fire maneuvers. Snaps to carves. Not trying to pace and have any downtime. It's easy to want to just throw a high line to catch your breath out here. Snaps off the lip into the barrel again for Jack. Here comes a spring-loaded punt, but he ends up losing connection right off the lip. Almost felt like maybe he was in a better position to do an alley-oop. And maybe got caught up deciding his maneuver choice there.
On this wave, I feel like there was just that slight moment where you get that millisecond behind and just, you know, those opening maneuvers, all flow, all power, finding his feet. Right there, he pulls in for that barrel. He doesn't get, like, particularly deep, like you said. He really wants to maximize this section right here. Kind of almost looks like he's in 2 minds as he goes there for the air reverse. Like you said, he was almost in a better position because he was so far out in front of it to maybe go for that alley-oop. There would have been more space for some maneuver of that caliber. This is where your heart rate starts to escalate, Joe, as you know that wave is coming towards you, and there's no guardrails here at the surf ranch. You're very vulnerable and you feel exposed because it's all about you. You've got this perfect opportunity ahead of you. You've got this blank canvas. It's all in your hands to really maximize the score.
Steady start for the Italian. Pushing those backside turns as this wave does grow a bit in size once you get to this section. Had to force that pump just to stay connected. He was really deep there. There's some vertical surfing, blowtail. He knows he's got to do a lot to improve on a 717, but now getting caught behind, he'll really have to make up for it now on the end of this wave. Pulls in, not super deep, forces the exit. I'm feeling like he'll be keeping his 717, which is solid, and could still potentially get the lead, but he's got to feel incredible. This morning, just perfect decision making.
Welcome back to the Surf Ranch Pro presented by 805 Beer, still in qualifying round, heat number 1. And this is the gentleman that's in 4th place at the moment, J.Smith. The big South African needs a 5.97 at the moment to move up into the top 3. Deep barrel here. Lovely stall by Jordy. He's staying in there long. Comes out, and this is where the magic happens for him. Lovely layback snap into the lip line. Once again, just using that Smith-shaped spore to his advantage. Throws the tail around. Great variation here from Smith. He needs a strong finish, though. One more barrel. Lovely technique. And he's just going to keep it on rail with another layback. Only looking for a 6.57. A 5.97 would move him up. Wow. What a wave there. Strong performance. And I really like it. So Mitchell Salazar here with one of the greatest big wave surfers of all time, Peter Mel. Pete, Jordy going to town on this one.
Yeah, good morning, Mitchell. And we love Jordy here at the Surf Ranch. Just so much flow, so much acceleration through his moves. You know, it was down there in the dock area hanging out with Jordy. A little displeased with his first exchange and score. So he really, that kind of fires you up. So he came into this one super fired up. You can see these last few turns going into that end section, really pressing. You know, you kind of build a rhythm through this wave, and you see most of the surfers getting the end part of the wave really start to press hard. Good barrel riding skills once again. Another one of those great surfers that can ride the barrel so well, and then just the powerhouse. And that was a beautiful layback where he pressed very hard on that tail pad to get that whip all the way around. So a nice solid finish move here, and he's definitely putting himself in contention to make that move into the night session. Don't see it going 9.5, but Nate needs that 6.57.
6.91 is what he needs. Basically a 7. Peter, he can get it done, but moment of pressure now. He is the high seed in this heat. That's why he goes last. Up and riding on the left. An easy start for Jack. Coming off of an injury. That's why he didn't surf at his home break at Margaret River in West Oz. Lovely snap right there. You can definitely see the crumble on the left a lot more than on the right. That onshore got him.
My. And this is where that pressure is so gnarly. I mean,
wow.
And he knows it right there. He's going to be gone out of the Surf Ranch, unfortunately.
So Leonardo Fioravanti, the Italian, moves straight into the quarterfinals tomorrow. J.Smith and K.Slater will be in the night surfing session later today, and that should be very fun. J.Smith, comeback second place finish right there, 7.07 on his last right. And K.Slater still dropping some bombs, a 7.2 feet, not bad.
Not bad.